Although Michael Jackson officially passed on in 2009, some fans never believed in his departure. Fans claimed that Michael explicitly expressed his desire to escape in the song Escape, which was released 5 years after his passing on the album of the same name. The song Escape was recorded in 1999, and in it, Michael articulated his wish to escape with the following lyric.
The system's in control, is all ran by a bug. I got to get away so I can free my mind. Escape! Gotta get away from the system rules of a world today.
Moreover, the title Escape suggests the meaning of escaping from death, as X stands for death and scape implies escape, forming a combined meaning of escaping from death. Thus, Michael was clearly stating his intention to escape from death to his fan. Later, to alleviate his fans' sorrow, he wanted to show them he was still alive by appearing on a live broadcast disguised as Dave. But wait, let's first go back to the 1990s where the clues begin.
In 1994, psychic Andy Rice said that Michael had fake death plans and would fake his death like Elvis and run away. This was the main point where Michael Jackson's fake death plan began. Lisa Mary's father, the iconic Elvis Presley, has been dead for a long time, but a lot of people never believed it. Michael Jackson starts inspiring from him. The article that you are seeing is from 1994. The psychic Andy Rice explains to us his thesis: Michael Jackson has fake death plans. He would fake his own death, just like Elvis. Michael Jackson, like Elvis, is sick and tired of being larger than life, and wants to get a life, said world-renowned psychic and metaphysician Dr. Andy Rice at the time. The superstar trip has trapped Michael in Neverland. Also, there's a very good chance he could end up in prison if he's convicted of child sex abuse. The only way out of this mess he's in is to fake his death, cut his hair and go underground, says Dr. Rice, who specializes in celebrity predictions. Dr. Rice believes the gloved one will try to escape his hellish existence by dying in Neverland, his remote amusement park retreat. The cover story will be that Michael Jackson suffered a fatal heart attack while riding his Ferris wheel. Jackson's remains will be cremated and his ashes will be scattered on the grounds of his estate, he explains. The only way for Michael to start a fresh new life is to end the grotesque life he has now. He learned the trick from Elvis.
However, when detailed research is done on the internet, there seems to be no substantial information available about Andy Rice, who is claimed to be a psychic and metaphysical expert. The most recent news date we see is June 25, 2009, the day Michael passed on. Most of the news is about psychic Andy Rice, who claimed that Elvis faked his own passing and that Michael would do the same in the future like Elvis. But, as I mentioned, we cannot find any older articles. There's no detailed information about who Andy Rice is on the internet. Even ChatGPT cannot provide detailed information on this topic. Could this news have been created by Michael himself? Maybe Michael was trying to alleviate his fans' sorrow by suggesting he was still alive. Or this man might be a fictitious character created by Michael to announce that he is alive. Or it seems the Dr. Andy Rice mentioned in relation to Michael Jackson may not have a widely recognized or verifiable biography beyond tabloid mention. What do you think? Is this man real? Or could Michael have created this man to give us a clue? The night before Michael's memorial service, why were there elephants outside the venue with "the greatest show on earth" written on them? Was Michael trying to imply to his fans that his fake passing was the greatest show on earth? You all watched Michael's memorial service and saw almost the entire family laughing and even bursting into laughter. Michael's son was popping gum and his daughter was receiving instructions on how to act through her earpiece. Anyone who watched the funeral carefully after getting over the sadness could see it was a big theatrical performance. That is, everyone at the ceremony could see what Michael was trying to convey with the elephants. If Michael had wanted, he could have done this more professionally and would not have left us any evidence. For example, he could have told his son not to pop gum or his father not to laugh. And of course, he would not have had elephants roaming in front of the Staples Center. But all this seemed like part of a play staged to keep his fans from being sad. Michael was trying to send us the message that he was alive. For instance, do you think Jermaine accidentally changed the lyrics to the song Smile? As you know, Jermaine sang Smile at the ceremony, but he sang part of it differently from the original. Why do you think he did that? Despite the original lyrics being light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, Jermaine changed this part to light up your face with sadness, hide every trace of gladness.
Light up your face with sadness, hide every trace of gladness. Oh.
What joy was the Jackson family hiding at the moment, and why did Jermaine read it differently? Obviously, he was trying to convey to the fans that Michael hadn't passed on, and that they were only pretending to be sad, giving the message that they were hiding their joy. What were they happy about? That Michael was still alive. Michael wanted to leave us many clues. This was the reason for all these absurdities. Another clue at the funeral was the image projected in the background from Michael's music video for Liberian Girl. In that video, Michael was recording people from behind the camera, and in the final scene, he was smiling from behind the camera. Perhaps this was a message to his fans that everything was a film, and that he was the director. Of course, the photo projected in the background at the memorial service wasn't just this one. As if all these clues weren't enough, the final slide of the service displayed a photo with the text, "I'm alive and I'm here forever." So Michael had given plenty of clues, but wait, we're just getting started. Now let's come to the biggest evidence Michael gave us. Millions of fans were saddened by Michael's passing, and there were reports in the media that about 12 people had ended their lives due to this. Michael Jackson needed to give his fans a clearer piece of evidence. It was at this moment that Michael made a significant move. According to the records, the Dave incident is the greatest evidence that Michael Jackson is alive. After this incident, millions of Michael Jackson fans began to believe that Michael Jackson was alive. On the day of Michael's burial, which took place 3 months after the date of his death, there was a special guest on Larry King's program on CNN. Michael's close friend Dave was a guest of Larry King to talk about his friend Michael, but there was something interesting going on. Michael's fans who were watching the live broadcast were getting suspicious. Most fans thought that the person on the program was definitely Michael Jackson. They were not wrong in their thinking, because there was an obvious difference between the real Dave and the person on the program. Their facial expressions, shoulder width, voice, and eyes were very different.
A large amount
from
of
the
ugly,
confines of my
malicious
father's
information has
criminality.
been released into the media about me.
He is
Apparently,
a criminal, and
his information was leaked.
Myself from the confines of my father's criminality. He is a criminal, and he.
There's crowds and bumper-to-bumper cars and...
It's all over. The girl is mine, and this and that.
There's crowds and bumper-to-bumper cars and...
It's all over. The girl is mine, and this and that.
This tree that I have at Neverland.
and brought me up to Neverland.
Neverland,
Neverland.
Neverland,
Neverland.
Neverland,
Neverland.
and my shoulder
My shoulder.
learned about me and knew about me from a distance.
He heard about me and he had contacted me and wanted to meet me.
Learned about me and knew about me from a distance.
He heard about me and he had contacted me.
Learned about me and knew about me from a distance.
He heard about me and he had contacted me. It was
Kids,
kind
leukemia
of
kids, this is one of
visit
many.
to his Encino
Because
house.
I
was
wanted to
very
have a place
impromptu, and it was kept a
that I
secret
could
by
create
my mother.
everything
And
that I never
always
had as a
been
child. So you see
kind of a
rides, you see
admirer of
animals,
his,
there's a
not
movie
a
theater.
fan per se,
I was always on
but I
tour,
always loved his music.
traveling, you know,
And
and
my mother
I never got a
surprised me
chance to
one
do
day
those things.
and brought me
So I
up to Neverland.
compensated with
And
these
I entered
crowds
an
and bumper to
arcade,
bumper cars,
and there were all
so I
these
create my
palm
world
card
behind my
records, all
gates.
of it,
Everything
the
that I
girl's
love is
line,
behind
and,
those gates.
You know, this and that.
His eyes looked a lot like Michael Jackson's. He sounded just like Michael Jackson. His fans were starting to believe that Michael Jackson was alive now. That's exactly what Michael wanted, because Michael's fans were very upset about Michael's death. There were even reports that some of his fans had ended their own lives. Michael was on live TV doing crazy action. He wanted to relieve their sadness by giving a message to his fans that he was alive. That's why he was looking nervously at the camera as if he was saying, "I'm here, I'm alive." He had no doubt that his fans would recognize him. Millions of his fans after. This incident said that they started to believe Michael is alive after this. But why did Michael use Dave's disguise for this? Because Michael also wanted to give a message to his enemies. He wanted to say to those who wanted to kill and defame him, "Here I am." Dave's face was good for a disguise. But the important thing was not Dave's face, but his past. The message that Michael wanted to give was, those who wanted to defame him were his enemies, just like how Dave's father is an enemy to Dave. And in this situation, Dave was Michael.
Michael, as I told you before, is the album containing Hollywood Tonight and other famous songs. The particularity of the album cover consists in the main art that we can see in the famous and historic cover of Dangerous album. A strange and grotesque art that Michael Jackson likes. But in the Michael album we can notice something very shocking. Look at Michael's face. Look now at Michael's mouth. And now look at his lips. Alive. Guys, you shouldn't doubt anymore on his death. Michael is alive and he say it.
Only months had passed since Michael's passing date. In February 2010, a dodo bird, a marketing character used in the advertisements of a fruit juice brand, owned by a cola company called Five Alive, was designed to evoke a sense of revival and energy in line with the brand's message, "Come alive with Five Alive." So far, everything was normal, but in the commercial, the dodo bird was dancing and shouting, "I'm alive."
I'm alive! And I'm seeing things mighty clear today. I'm alive! I'm alive! And I'm doing my thing and singing my song. I'm alive! Yeah.
Come alive with Five Alive.
It even performed a moonwalk. That was not all. Dodo's official Facebook account started posting mysterious messages. An account claiming to be official on Twitter also started posting about Michael Jackson. What was Michael trying to tell us? What was the connection here? The number 5 comes from the Jackson 5 group. Five Alive implied that all 5 members of the group were still alive. And hold on, Michael Jackson's nickname was the Dodo bird. Yes, this bird came out from under the ground and did a moonwalk, saying, "I'm alive." Moreover, the Dodo bird that did this was nicknamed after Michael. What a coincidence, right? Michael continued to send us messages that he was alive. Let's go back to Jermaine Jackson again. Michael had sent us another message through Jermaine.
During the movie premiere, on October 28, 2009, 4 months after Michael's death, Jermaine Jackson explained to us about the movie, and he says to us this.
Yes, but there's all kind of exciting things going on. This is called This Is It, but this is really not it. There is going to be much more going on, but this is definitely it, but it's not the final curtain, no.
This is called This Is It, but this is really not it. There is gonna be much more going on, but this is not definitely it. It's not the final curtain call. What is he trying to tell us? Not all of you will know about a book. A mysterious book which was released on June 25, 2010, a year after Michael Jackson's death. It's a graphic novel with MJ's signature. Why? The book was written by Michael Jackson in his final days. But let's start from the beginnings. Michael Jackson was always fashioned by comics, novels, and superheroes. In 1999 tried to buy Marvel Comics, the historic producer of Spider-Man, Hulk, and Fantastic Four. The faded, so titled, is more than 200 black and white pages conceived, scripted and written by Jackson from 2006 to 2009 with the help of the Indian-American journalist and author Gautam Chopra, son of D. Chopra, a doctor who became famous as a New Age writer, and of the famous Indian illustrator Mukesh Singh, formerly of the erotic comic Shadowhunter. In the tables of Mukesh Singh, with a powerful gothic and nocturnal trait, Michael Jackson tells the very autobiographical story of the fall into the abyss and the redemption of Gabriel Starr, a world pop star, whose enormous success as a singer is the counterpart to a life of total emotional isolation. The story of Gabriel Starr, a much-loved musician, has explicit references to that of the king of pop. In the book, Starr's suicide attempt ends her popularity even more, taking the character to a literal natural soprano state. One night, after yet another triumphal concert, Gabriel decides to throw himself from the top floor of the luxuriant hotel that hosts him. After a 30-plan flight, not only does he not die, but he does not even get a scratch. Furthermore, we can see this presumed book cover published by Gautam Chopra. You can notice the presence of various religions and a very familiar hand. On February 1, 2010, in the same studio as the original 25 years earlier, We Are the World 25 for Haiti was created to benefit the Haitian earthquake relief efforts and the rebuilding of Haiti. During the recording of the song and video, something catches our eyes. There's a man wearing a green suit, maybe for green screen, in the crowd of singers. We could observe carefully the man behind the singers through this frame. I think he's someone very familiar. Also, the Justin Bieber admiration towards Michael Jackson is a certain proof of his vicinity to the disguised man.
Let's get to the last clue. This event is a bit lengthy and detailed, so I won't cover it in this video. If you want to watch this event, you can check out our related video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the videos for more. Also, you can support me by clicking the thanks button.